You ready?
Ready.
Okay. Hi. All right. That was a little bit. That was a bit much. We came in a little hot and heavy. Hi.
Hello.
That's okay. That's BBS. Hey, what's up? I'm Sheria Mattis.
I'm Aurea Young.
And this is the StrapDown. The StrapDown is basically just two queer femmes just talking
About queer femme shit.
Yeah, or other shit from a queer femme perspective. Yeah. Two fierce queer femme. Black queer femmes, excuse me, comedians, try just talking about stuff from our perspective. Why?
Because I feel like we don't really see a lot of people that look like us talking about the things that we're going to be talking about. And I feel like it's needed.
It's really needed because, okay, first of all, there is very little queer femme or black queer femme representation in media anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. And sometimes, like, if you can't see, you can be it, Sometimes you're like, can I really be gay? I'm black.
But no, there is something to that. Because for years, I didn't, the concept of a lesbian did not exist to me.
A black lesbian.
Lesbian or black lesbian in general.
Yeah.
I grew up in the South.
In the church.
Mm-hmm. So when we talked about like gay, it was more so directed to like men. And so it never dawned on me that like women can be sinners too, We can be sinners too.
Well, you knocked my wig back with that one.
Like there's a space in hell for me.
Yes.
Too.
Yes. Yes.
And so that's why this is important. So that other little baby gays can see that like, hey,
also I can go to hell. Yes, like no, for sure. That's a really good example. For me though, like when I came out in like high school and like in like boarding school, and then like in high school it was just white. It was just white lesbians. It was just white dykes. That's all I knew. So like, I came up in the like, the lesbians that I knew were like folk singers. And like, punk rock, you know what I mean? Yeah. And every once in a while there was a dip of chocolate in one of those, but very, very few of them. And so I didn't understand how to, and then when I came back to New York, it was like, I'm old. So back in the day, we was calling AGs.
What is an AG?
What we call, we did call them studs, but like what we call studs, like they used to be like aggressives, AGs. That's what they
aggressive gays.
So it would just be that. That's what they would say. That's what they say. I came in the tail end of that, where they were calling them aggressives, but it was just like just studs, and that's what they would call them. And then and then it would be like the most toxic hood femmes that you could possibly imagine. And I didn't see myself fitting into either one of those. And I definitely didn't fit in with the white lesbians. So like there wasn't a lot of representation. So like, you could be, like where are the black dykes for the chubby, awkward black girls? You know what I mean? Awkward black dykes. Where are they? Right here. I don't know if that's...
No, but that's good representation.
Good. I don't know about good, but it is representation.
Like, I feel like you're representing for the awkward black dyke.
That's right. Are you lesbian and autistic and you got 4C hair? That's you. That, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, where do you see that?
I get... No, that's important. And I feel like I'm here for, like, maybe the late bloomers. Is that what you...
Yes.
I'm a late bloomer because you came out in
high school.
Yeah. I came out maybe junior year of college. Even if... Okay, I started dating women junior year of college.
You didn't come out.
I didn't come out.
Yeah.
It was just all of a sudden my friends are like, who are you dating? What's his name? And I'm like, Jasmine. That was like,
oh God.
that's how I came out to my friends and enemies. But then I was still kind of like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But then I like dated, I don't know, somehow got into like a marriage with a man. And then I came out again like, hey, that's not, you know, so that's like, but I missed all of like years. Yeah. I have like an 8-year gap that I'm just like, I missed out on. And there's a lot of like gay culture that I'm still trying to get like caught up with, learning the lingo.
I mean, yes, for sure. But like gay culture changes so quickly. Who needs to know?
I mean, when I was first dabbling, it was like stud.
Yes.
Femme.
Yes.
Butch. That was kind of it.
They hadn't made the stems yet.
They hadn't come out with the stems yet.
Yeah.
No, even on the white side, all these like what, granola,
yes, the granola lesbian,
the chapstick
lesbian, chapstick lesbian.
All of that was like, so, you know, I had never heard of the Pillow Princess before. Like,
wow. Okay, yeah.
You know? So it was like, I'm trying to get caught up on this. And it's like, you know, really stepping into like this new kind of identity in my mid-30s is like, nice, but also confusing and weird. And I see so many people like on my timeline of like women who are, because the timeline is very specific. Yes. My For You page is frightening because it is all like women who were married to men and found out like late in life that they might be a lesbian, like very specific.
But that has always existed. But that has always existed. And not even like, oh, I'm in a junior year of college, or I'm in, you know what I mean? I'm in my 20s when I realized, no. Yeah. It was like women who were married for years, and then 65 years old, they're like, you know what? I never liked this motherfucker. You know, or he dies and you find a wife immediately. Like, you know, that was like that's always, I think that is the most lesbian thing, honestly. We all take a detour. I took a little detour. I tried to date men for like 4 years. I tried. I mean, okay,
how'd it go?
It didn't. It didn't go very well. It didn't go well, but I did. You know, it's like, I call it like the like, so like I would. It was like a vicious cycle of like I would date a woman or, you know, somebody, and then I would get my heart broken, and then I'd be like, nah. I'm going to men where it's easy. And then I would take one dip into that and be like, and then immediately, and then the cycle begins. The cycle begins. And that's. Yeah.
See, I was dating men, and then I started dating women, and I was finally like, oh yeah, well, like I like this. Like maybe I should start dating only women. And then like, what? Snuck in there. Oh. And like, kind of, I was there for a while, but like, the women never really went away.
Of course, yeah, same.
You know what it was? Yeah. And like, I would say, like, to like my ex was like very, like, nothing against him, right? But it was just like, I don't know if I was like attracted to him or like the image, and because I wasn't really out, I still had this idea in my head of like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, yeah, I could like around with girls, but I'm supposed to marry a man, family, and all that shit like that. Yes. And so here comes somebody who was like husband material, great guy. I know my parents will like him. I had not been attracted or like really feeling a man like that in years.
Do you know what that's called? Compact.
Is it
compulsory heterosexuality? I struggled with that very, very much.
Really, I didn't know it had a name.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting, because I haven't really had a lot of like serious heterosexual relationships. When he was like probably the first after like I don't know, maybe a 5-year gap, you know. And so then it was like, okay, cool, but it was like the physical. Never really hit, never really happened. And I didn't realize like I knew something was wrong, but I was like made excuses for it.
Yes.
You know? And then it wasn't until, true shit, I came to New York on a girls trip.
Wait, what? Okay, yeah.
This was like 2019. This was before I moved here. Yeah. So I came to visit, and I came to New York.
For the festival?
No. It was a different trip. No. But I went to a museum.
Okay.
And I saw this woman working, and I was like, if I didn't have a husband at home, I would like ditch my friends And it would be, and that was the first,
But not in a gay way, you know.
absolutely in a gay, in the most gay way. I was
not a gay way.
obsessed with her.
Yeah.
Like the entire, fuck, I don't even know what the fuck I looked at the museum.
Yeah.
But her.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the first time where I ever felt like any real attraction to someone else other than like who I was with. And then I was like, wait a minute. I've never felt this way about like another man, but like if I saw like a beautiful woman, I was just like obsessed like with them. I've never looked at another man, never even considered it. But do you know how many fucking women
Exactly.
I would have probably
Yeah.
if I was not
it a great, good Christian housewife?
good Christian housewife. And it was at that moment in 2019, I was like, there might be, I think I might need to talk to like a therapist or something. And I did.
And that's how you realize you had to get out of the...
That was the start of it. Yes. Because it like really opened my eyes to like really where it was like, okay, I'm not having sex with my boyfriend, husband, whatever he was at the time. But I masturbate a lot. So I'm still a very sexual person and I think just all the time. Yeah. Just not, and there's nothing against him specifically. No, yeah. Great guy. Like, I have nothing bad to say about him, like but it just...
That's probably what made it harder.
Yeah. That connection just was never really there. And it was just like, I was talking to my therapist about it and she was like, I have an idea.
That's so funny. You know how many times she must have wrote gay in the notebook before she brought it up? Gay, this bitch gay, this bitch gay.
Have you ever tried women?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then at the time when I met him, it was at a time where I was finally like accepting my sexuality. And then I just kind of like abandoned that and like, oh wait, this is someone that
yes.
And this is whatever. And so that's how I got here.
That's so. I think that's a common story. It's a common story, particularly for women, because you're kind of taught that sex is not something like the sexual part is the least important part for you.
It is.
The most important part is to find a provider that your mama likes. You know what I mean? And you found that.
Yeah.
You found that. So what else is there to do?
Right.
And we're also just not taught to like even pay attention to our own desires, that paying attention to those desires is actually pretty selfish.
Right. And it's like, if something was wrong with me. So like every time I thought about it, it's like, oh, I don't want to, something's wrong.
Yes.
Or like I made an excuse like, oh, I'm really busy at work. That's why. Leave my work, get a part-time job, things get worse. So it's like, something's wrong with me. Like, what is wrong with me? And never once in my head did it occur to me that maybe there's nothing wrong with me and it could just be who I was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it took, unfortunately, a lot of like denial for myself.
How long were you married?
Not long, but we were together.
I know. You always say that.
Not long, but we were together for like 8 years.
Jeez. Monogamously for 8 years.
Monogamously.
For 8 years?
Yes. But part of that was long distance.
Okay. That's pretty lesbian though.
It is pretty lesbian. It was long distance for like maybe 2 or 3 years. And then we finally moved together. And it's like, oh yeah. But no, it doesn't, and it's like, unfortunate. But other than that, like on the outside, it was like a great relationship. It was like, literally, I was married to my best friend.
Yes.
We are friends. We are best friends who happen to like live together, be married, and do all, well, just not physical part.
We both just wanted to see other women.
We both just wanted to see. And I think we both are now. Like, so, like, it's fine. It happens. But it's to know that that's okay and that's like normal. Because of course, to like all my friends and family, they're like, "What the are you?
Yeah,
you're like gay now? Like for real?
Yeah.
Like I know you were like bisexual, maybe a freak, but not like just like don't want to be with the man.
Yeah, yeah. I know.
It's weird.
That is weird.
We're time to be like accepting of it.
Yeah,
like owning it, and it's like no, I want.
That's I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know how that it was like that you had kind of like that's a very common story though. It's a very, very common story. Yeah. I think if I had found a man who wasn't a sociopath, I would have absolutely settled down immediately with him, be like, I'm not gay no more. Like I absolutely delivered. I'm delivered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but I just thank God it didn't happen like that. Thank God it didn't happen like that.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't even imagine you though with a guy. I didn't know
Weird.
It was
very weird. It was very weird. Not all of them were sociopaths. Some of them were really lovely, but eventually you just, for me, I'm just like, I remember one time I was dating this dude and for like a few months actually.
long term.
This is long term. For a few months actually. And I watched him clip his toenails and that was it. I was like, you know what? I'm fooling myself. That's all it took. Is that he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. I just watched him clip his toenails and I was like, and that's enough. Yeah. My friends were like, how long are you gonna fool yourself into dating men? Like, it's enough. You keep getting your heart. And then also I would. Oh, okay, whatever. I used to cheat on him.
I was about to say.
I was cheating. I would go to a party, get drunk, fuck a girl.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. Because I feel like for me in my situation, I was at that point where like if I wouldn't have left, I would have cheated.
Yeah.
It was that how
8 years though. Damn. I was like, damn, 2 months. This is crazy. Wow, I'm really holding out. 8 years.
I was committed.
You're a good person.
It was like this was like one of the first person like I've introduced my parents to. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's like
me too. I was introduced. That was the first thing I did. Yes. Oh my God. If I dated man was like the point of you. It's so I can introduce you to my mother and be like, look, I'm doing it. I'm a normal person. Yeah, I don't know. That was like the first thing I did.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I did not do that.
Wow. Yeah.
No. I hit him for like. I'm also a very private person.
Yeah.
Very private. So we were together for like a year.
I was probably with the girls and other.
Oh yeah. Well, I was private around my parents. Like my friends knew.
Yeah.
Like that I was dating girls and like whatever. They always knew that.
Yeah.
My mom, I didn't come out to her until I was like actually a couple of years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. I came out to my mom and my dad like my dad maybe last year and my mom maybe like I think it was like 2022.
I never came out to my mom. She just read my diary and called me crying at boarding school and screaming, like, yelling, and then eventually she got over it.
Oh my God. No, I came out to my mom at a comedy festival on stage.
Like, oh God, that's feels a little like revenge.
No,
I'm kidding.
because it's like that was the first time she was coming to ever see me perform stand up in person. It was at a comedy festival, and I was like, I know you're gonna be in the audience, but I'm not changing my set.
Yeah,
like I'm not. So I told her, look, okay, you're coming to see me perform. We're going to have a conversation.
Yeah,
either before my set or after.
Yeah, and
she chose after, and I was like, okay.
Well, I guess it's during actually.
Yeah,
because
so I was just on stage, and I just like
she was all right.
She was she was okay. She took it. She told me I already know.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
I don't think she did. But I
don't think she did.
No, my mom's one of those people. She just likes to be right all the time, and she's just like, oh well, you never brought boys to the house. And it's like,
yeah, okay,
because you're crazy.
Yeah,
that's why. And you like would give them lectures, and everybody was scared of you.
Yeah,
that's why I did. But she said, oh yeah, I already knew you didn't bring boys over to the house. I did bring my girlfriend in college, my roommate, in college over to the house. So
I did that.
And it's like you couldn't. She had to know. It's like. She offered it for us to sleep in separate rooms. I was like, nah, we're roommates. We can share a bed.
Yeah.
So that's so funny. All the pieces were there.
Yeah.
I told her my friends are coming to New York for Pride. I don't think she knew what New York Pride was.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Like, it's patriotic of y'all.
It's patriotic.
Chill down.
Oh, okay. That's honestly, a great indie movie. I'm just gonna I'm saying all of that is a fantastic indie short film.
Sure.
And you should absolutely write it.
I don't know what I would call it though.
Memoir of a actually no, I thought I could cook something in the middle, but
I like the memoir.
memoir of a geisha. Sorry, that was
Of a geisha?
no. Okay, so that's from a very early episode of Drag Race.
Oh. Oh, a geisha.
Yeah. It's great. She's great. Okay. So that's So
what are we going to be talking about?
so tune into the StrapDown because we're gonna be playing games. We're gonna be talking about hot topics. You know.
We're going to try to give some advice.
We're gonna give advice. I think good advice and bad advice. I think that's really you're gonna get into our goofus and gallant dynamic here.
And just like other things, like other queer things around the city.
That's right.
We're gonna be out in the streets.
We're gonna be out in these streets. We're gonna be going to the queer parties, interviewing the people
And events. Hopefully like hitting up some like gay bars.
Yeah, hitting up the gay bar.
I feel like that's also can be very scary for like, baby gays. And
Going to the gay bar.
going to the gay bar for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be kind of scary. And also I feel like also as a femme it's kind of hard because it's like, how do you hit on women?
That's a great.
You know what I mean?
Still don't know. I have no clue.
Well, we're going to figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
And some of this stuff we'll probably be figuring out together.
Yes. And we'll share anecdotes about, my failures in dating and your successes. My failures are funnier, though, than your success.
About some fun hookups.
Yeah.
Some fun.
Yeah. Nobody wants to hear about your good, hot, fun hookups. People want to hear about sad failures. And that's what I'm here for.
People love an underdog.
People love an underdog.
If maybe also we're going to talk about, maybe some serious stuff.
Yeah, we'll get serious.
We're going to have some, there's some serious topics that you and I don't always see eye to eye on.
Yes, we're going to have some serious and unserious debates.
Yes.
All the things. So tune in to the StrapDown. Stay strapped. It's strapped.
Which can have multiple meanings.
It can have multiple meanings.
Yes.
But you know the one we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
So I'm Aurea.
I'm Sheria, and this just tune in. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gang gang.